I just realized that my savior complex is dying. And I have this strong, painful feeling coming up of I want to bring everyone with me. I want to help everyone. Like I talked about in that video, I even was like, let me take on some of his pain to like help him. And I talk about this a lot, how when we're overcoming certain parts of our ego, it gets a lot stronger and it intensifies and it kind of comes to this head where it becomes so intense, and then you kind of like feel like you're spiraling and you almost feel like you want to die, but really it's just a part of you is dying. That's kind of how that process goes. I've gone through that process a lot of times, and so I just realized, oh, I'm going through that process, and the part of me that's dying is my savior complex and my desire to help everyone, even to my own detriment. And the thing is, you can help people without feeling any pain yourself. You can help people staying in a state of happiness. You can be in the vibration of unconditional love and happiness and help people. You don't have to suffer and feel people's pain in order to help people. That is one way to transmute pain, but it's kind of the most inefficient way. You can actually just live a life where you don't suffer and where you feel really good and happy. And that energy, you being in that energy, is a catalyst for people's healing and helps people. And so now I can see that this is the part of me that is being released. I have all this pain because I really want to help this person. I really want them to be as happy as I am. And even got to the point where I decided that I want to consent to feeling pain in order to try to help them. And I have been feeling a lot of anxiety, and it's been really hard to eat. And it's just like, what am I doing this for? Really, like, this isn't my pain. I just got everything I wanted, and then I'm choosing to find the one thing wrong and like decide to take on someone else's pain. And again, I think everything happens for a reason. That's what I was meant to feel. But my savior complex is making this last ditch effort, and there's a part of me that wishes that I could just help him and even like dedicate my whole life to helping him. But I would never do that. I just don't like living in that energy. I choose myself. I want to be happy. This feels so much better. It's definitely not worth it just to help a person. And again, I can still help people. Like, I know that I still will help people. I'm just dropping this idea that I need to suffer and hurt in order to help people. And also letting go of taking on people's negative emotions, because really it's not relevant to my life. And the best thing that I can do for everyone is staying in this high vibration of unconditional love and fulfillment. So yeah, I feel crazy. I've been just going through a lot of emotions and journaling all day and reflecting, and it's painful. And this part of me doesn't want to die. This is how it always goes. But I can really clearly see what's happening now. And I choose to release this version of me. I'm not going to act on my savior complex anymore. I'm not going to take on other people's pain to try to help them. I'm just going to stay in my high vibration and enjoy my life and love my life, and know that that is what's best for everyone. And it's kind of rude to pity people. Like, everyone has free will, everyone makes choices, everyone gets the life that they deserve. Obviously we should help people. I think helping people is an important part of life, but you don't need to suffer and sacrifice yourself in order to help people. Just send them love and stay in your high vibration and be authentic. And I was doing that, and then I kind of was like, now I feel bad and I want to transmute these energies. But it's all meant to be, because my savior complex is coming up to die. And right now it does feel really hard to let go of my old reality, but also it would be so much harder to keep it. Like, there's no way I would ever be able to live in my old reality and choose that for myself, because life feels so much better now. And you know, I say I reached this feeling of fulfillment, but really it's like I got a glimpse of it. I got a glimpse of the future, and I was feeling that feeling of fulfillment for like a few hours every day for a week, and it was just like a glimpse into my future. And also I feel like I sometimes just speak in extremes because I'm really thinking about the present moment. Like, I'll say that my anxiety is completely gone a lot, and I do believe it when I say it. But really what's happening is like I just experience it way less, and I feel amazing most of the time, and I used to never. But like, clearly sometimes I still have moments of anxiety. But I don't know, I just wanted to clarify that, because I feel like sometimes I do speak in extremes and then I contradict myself later. But it's like we grow in waves, and so we have moments of like the new energy and then moments of the old energy. And so I keep discovering these new energies that are even higher, and then like shedding old energies completely, but then I still have like the other ones that are not as bad. And then like as time goes on, I shed more and more of the bad ones and like keep gaining more and more of the good experiences. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, like our feelings are always changing and we're only ever in the present moment and everything comes in waves. It would suck if you just upfronted all of your pain nonstop, never got a break, and then after that felt amazing nonstop. It's nice that it happens in waves and that we get breaks and we get glimpses of the better future that we have to look forward to. And then we have more pain come up when we're ready to handle it after getting a break. But yeah, I just wanted to clarify because I feel like I contradict myself sometimes and I don't mean to. I'm saying what I honestly am feeling, but sometimes I'm so wrapped up in like whatever I'm feeling in the present moment. But for sure, my life has gotten a million times better. My anxiety has gotten a million times better. Sometimes I experience it for like a few days out of a month if I'm going through another spiritual lesson, but I used to experience it every day, so it's very different. And even when I do experience it, it's not as bad. You don't have to suffer in order to help people heal. You can stay in this energy of unconditional love and in this really high, happy vibration and still help people heal. And so I feel like I'm shedding this idea that I have to suffer or feel pain or take on people's pain in order to help them. It's just not true. That is one way to help people. You can take on their pain, but it's kind of like the most inefficient way to help people actually, because you're just helping one individual and you're also suffering. Whereas if you could just like stay in this high energy of love, that energy will like radiate out and help people heal somehow. I don't know how it all works, but I know that it does. So yeah, I feel like I recognize now that this savior complex is coming up more strongly right now because I'm getting rid of it and I'm letting go of this idea that I have to suffer or take on people's negative emotions in order to help them, which I'm sure is a very important lesson that I need to learn before I get like any type of success and attention. And it's a lesson I learned before because like this spiritual awakening process, like it keeps happening in like loops. And I remember specifically when I learned this lesson before. I think it was my video about detachment. But I remember this was like a really important lesson that I learned, was that I need to let go of this need to control and to help everyone. That's such an important part of the spiritual awakening process. It's something that happens later on. Usually, like if you're in the first couple of years, you probably haven't gotten there yet. Or I don't know, maybe the order is different for other people, but I feel like that was such an important lesson for me and my life really changed after that. Because if you just like can feel the energies of everyone and then you also like know all the answers to their problems, like I feel like I can pretty much look at anyone and observe them for, you know, a short period of time and I can pretty much identify exactly what they need to do in order to heal and exactly what their issues are. And in the past, I wanted to like help people and to like almost let people know. And if people came to me with their problems, I would want to let them know how to fix them. And actually, it's more helpful to just validate people. I've noticed like when I just validate people and just listen to them and validate what they're feeling, they will come up with the solutions on their own way faster. And then they have trust within themselves to solve their own problems and they end up healing faster. But the times where I just tell people like, here's the solution to your problem, it's like they can't really apply it to their lives a lot of times. Or if they do, then they're kind of attributing that to you. And so letting go of this intense need and desire to help people and to fix people and to control things is just so important, and it actually ends up resulting in you helping more people. And so it's very interesting growing up as an empath who felt everyone's emotions and took on everyone's emotions my whole life. It's weird how I've had to really just learn to turn that off and learn that I can just be happy and not be affected by other people suffering. Like it sounds bad almost, but it's really not. But me being happy is actually what helps people the most, because then I can really get into flow state and tap into my intuition and do the things that are gonna help people instead of like trying to exert all my energy desperately trying to help one person. I wonder if this is like the last lesson before I get material abundance. But yeah, this feeling of pain from not being able to help people is really coming up and really intensifying right now. And my desire to feel pain in order to help people is intensifying. And I'm really just feeling this loss of like, when I elevate and when I attain happiness and abundance and fulfillment, I can't bring everyone with me, and not everyone is gonna feel that with me. And so I'm just having to like make peace with that and not be affected by it, because I basically just got rid of my feeling of fulfillment and happiness because I started thinking about what other people are feeling. It's actually crazy how I start these videos with so much anxiety and then by the end of them, it's gone. If you're going through a dark night of the soul, an ego death, any type of pain, any type of grief, express yourself, because that's really how we heal. Just find some type of creative outlet. I almost feel like it's better if it's on like a massive scale, like if it's not just like you venting to a friend, like if you can really create art that like dozens of people can see, that's a more efficient way to transmute the energy. And it's also just like a great form of shadow work and learning to love and accept yourself and facing your fears and all those types of things. So I'm always gonna go back to that message because I feel like it's so important, and I never would have healed if I didn't start this YouTube channel. And if you're going through a spiritual awakening, the second that you find a creative outlet, you are gonna feel so much better and it's gonna get so much easier for you. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this video. I know it's kind of a weird one, but I guess that's all that's on this channel at this point.